Hello and welcome to Kilsyth Basketball Stadium for this round 15 NBL1 matchup between the Cobras and the visiting Dandenong Rangers. My name is Liam Ellis and I'll be joining you this evening alongside two-time Olympian, former NBL champion Mark Worthington. How are you going?
Good. It's nice and cold in here, and hopefully the games can heat up tonight, and we're looking forward to a good contest.
Absolutely. Well, the Cobras and the Rangers, two teams obviously in the finals mix at the moment. Cobras currently sitting in fourth with a 13-6 record, and the Rangers in seventh with an 11-7 record. But though no Lauren Nicholson today for the Cobras, who's away in Phoenix at the Opals camp. That's going to be a big miss for them.
Well, I think as you can see by Dandenong as well, they're down a few players. They've only got 7 suiting up tonight, and I think Lauren Nichols is a massive loss, but for the Rangers, there's no Rosie Budlovich and there's no Izzy Anstey, who's away with the Australian team at the moment as well. So it's going to be a close contest. There's a lot to play for. As you said, Kilsyth win, they lock up 4th place. Dandenong, if they get the win here and they get a few results to go their way, they can finish off the regular season in 5th. So there's a lot to play for both teams.
And Beck Cole as well, back in the lineup for the Rangers. Obviously been in and out this season with her 3x3 commitments, but is the league leading scorer at just under 32 points a game. I mean, expect a big game from her this evening.
She's an incredible player at this level, and she had an incredible WNBL season last year, carried on her form with the 3x3, and now here with NBL1, and obviously that's going to be a big piece of the puzzle. Herself, Colleen Planetta, both of those two need to have massive games tonight to help Dandenong get up, but Kilsyth, you're right with Nicholson not being here. They need other people to step up and share the scoring load themselves. So there's challenges on both sides.
Yeah, some youngsters for this Cobras team that we might see have increased roles tonight. Haberfield and, of course, Kara Tassari, the youngster sharpshooter from long range. Tassari, expect bigger roles for them, but they will have their work cut out with WNBL talent in the likes of Cole and Planetta, as you said, were those. So going to be interesting. There's a number of NBL1 players at the camp over in Phoenix at the moment. They were on the plane this morning. The Supercats and the Braves, they are playing off tonight. That's a huge game for, tables ramifications. Satina Rakuzo, Magbagor and Sarah Blitzarves all away, as well as Jazz Shelley and Izzy Bourne, who are also in that Under-19 World Cup team. So a heap of outs for the Supercats, and meanwhile the Braves aren't too much better with Tessa Lavey and Madgen as well in that Opal squad. Yeah,
well, early days, but the Braves were on top of Geelong, and there's just too much firepower missing from that Geelong team. And when you still got people like Kelly Wilson and Gabe Richards still there to settle the ship, I think the Braves will do it quite comfortably today.
Big win as well last week for the Braves at the State Basketball Centre against the Knox Raiders. Prevailed by about 20 points in that one. Dominant display. As we said, so many options on that team. They move the ball around. A lot of unselfish basketball played, led by, of course, Kelly Wilson, who's been such a star point guard in the WNBL and in the Siebel days past as well. So we're just about set for tip here. Sarah Booth to take the tip for the Cobras.
Sarah Booth is someone that we can expect to have a big game. You're looking probably to get about 25 plus tonight to help Kilsyth. Obviously, she's a force inside, and Planetta's going to have a hands full with her.
So Downey for 3 at the top. Booth comes up with the offensive rebound. Back out to Downey. Booth now puts up the hook shot, and it drops. First points for Sarah Booth.
Well, I think the big knock on Dandenong is they haven't been able to guard anyone big in the league so far this season. Everyone who's your Lauren Scherfs of the league have all put up huge numbers, and that's why I said Booth would have a big game tonight.
So the Rangers now got a call that will stay with Dandenong. Gilliam driving in there. 14 left on the shot clock for the visitors. Into Cole from the baseline. Beck Cole off on her first attempt from the field. Carmack. Again, inside to Booth straight away. And Sarah Booth back-to-back buckets to open this one up.
Once again, an easy seal inside, and Planetta's got to do a better job of either getting in the side front or fronting her completely, because at the moment it's way too easy.
Amy Clydesdale back over to Cole. Inside now to McBean. Just rattles out, unfortunately, for Dandenong. So they remain scoreless here a minute into this contest. Hot start for Booth. Here she is. Nice pass inside. And misses in the lay-in. The second attempt, no good either. So Dandenong got out of jail there. Beck Cole all the way to the hoop for two. She's missed the lay-in, but will go to the line for a couple of trips at the charity stripe.
Well, that's what she does best. She puts her head down, gets to the basket, and if you Kilsyth, you gave her an easy shot that she missed to start off the game. Now she gets onto the rim. You don't want her to catch fire in the game tonight. She's someone that's capable of putting up 40 points really easily in this league, and sometimes getting a few easy free throws to start the game might be what sets her off to have a massive night.
And 2 of 2 right on cue for Beck Cole. She'll be licking her lips, I reckon, in the absence of Lauren Nicholson, the WNBL Defensive Player of the Year last season. Would have been a much different outlook had she have suited up for the Cobras tonight. Again inside to Booth. 6 points early for Booth. Lovely pass from Tassari.
Well, McBean fronted her that time, but there was no weak side help. So I think Coach White from Dandenong won't be too happy with what's happened early on as Planetta gets a nice little turnaround to go. And that's what happens when you play a zone. If you can get into the teeth of the defense just underneath the foul line, good things tend to happen.
Cobras now to fire back. The mid-ranger just rattles out. But Booth has corralled it here. Kilsyth will keep possession. Tassari for 3. That's a deep opportunity. No good. To stay with the Cobras, though, they've got a fresh 14. So Downey now to inbound for the Cobras. Straight away inside to Carmack from the corner. Planetta tries to come up with it. It's fallen into the arms of Clydesdale. Surveying her options now. Tries to bounce past it inside to Planetta. It will remain with the Rangers.
Naomi Clydesdale, she's sort of like the silent assassin of this team. When you do have the likes of Beck Cole, you tend to be able to get away with a little bit more as Planetta does more good work underneath the basket. And even though it feels like Kilsyth should be in front by more at the moment. 6-6 early days, but Dandenong have got some really easy points. And as we see Booth again, as she's now got 8 points to start the game.
Sarah Booth off to a really hot start here.
I did say 25. I might want to readjust that to 35 really quickly.
Here's Planetta. Inside. Mid-range J, no good. But Planetta comes up with the offensive rebound. Second attempt doesn't go. So Carmack the other way. Cobras lead by 2 here early. Tassari back outside to Carmack. Booth at the top now. Shot clock into single digits. Booth. Another 2 points for Sarah Booth. Into double digits already. Clydesdale now. The 3 ball for Dandenong, no good. Gilliam's attempted. Cole's come up with it. No good. So Dandenong have missed a couple of easy looks here.
Yeah, I think Beck Cole will be kicking herself for that one. That was an easy putback for her. Nice read on the steal. Just got a little bit scared on the finish as Kilsyth have got all their points inside. Everything's been in the paint, and if I'm Coach White, maybe I'm looking at doing something a little bit different as Beck Cole once again gets to the basket and goes to the foul line for another 2 free throws.
Clara Wisher with the first 2 points for Kilsyth other than Sarah Booth. It's been a dominant start for the Deakin Melbourne Boomers big. As we see Cole with her second trip to the free-throw line already tonight.
And I think Coach Woosnam would be happy. The 12 points, the 6 buckets that they've got, 5 have been assisted on. So it's been good team play by Kilsyth to start the game. And Beck Cole short again. She's just a little bit off at the moment.
Tassari now. Over to Downey. Carmack working hard inside with Gilliam. It's going to be a foul call to stay with the Cobras.
Yeah, Taylor Gilliam just got caught bumping in the cutter then and probably doing the right thing principle-wise, but just held on a little bit too much. And as you see Dandenong go into their zone on the baseline out of bounds play again.
Downey. Cross court to Sari, who drives baseline, throws up the floater. Just a little strong, but Kilsyth with another opportunity. And there she is once again, Sarah Booth up to 12.
Well, not only that, she's got 6 rebounds as well.
Oh. Planeta, the 3 just rolls out. Blocked by Booth, so again, dominant here. Tasari ahead, she's thrown it out of bounds though. Trying to find Carmack in the corner.
I think she was trying to find the referee on that one, thinking that she was part of the team.
Cobras out to an early 14-7 lead. Booth already nearly a double-double to her name. 7 rebounds to go along with 12 points. Cole tries to give it inside to Planeta. Just the first turnover of the game for the Rangers. Tasari. Back out to Downey. Shot clock down to 9. Carmack will shoot. That's a deep 3, and it goes. Claire Carmack.
And I'm surprised that Coach White hasn't called a timeout yet. Obviously your defensive plays haven't been working, and there needs to be a change there somewhere. Booth has got whatever she's wanted so far going inside, and now they can start knocking down 3s as well. It could be a long night.
Beck Cole no good there on the mid-range J. So Carmack from the same spot. No good. Planeta comes up with a board. Booth nearly got her hands on another one there. It's Clydesdale now. Back out to Cole. Been an indifferent start for Beck Cole so far. And again, another miss. So the Rangers struggling here, trailing by 10 points, 6 minutes into this one. Booth out to Tasari. Booth comes with the screen. Another 3-pointer from that spot for Carmack. Booth with another board. Number 8 now for her. Tasari, Downey for 3 at the top. Just a little strong, so Planeta with the rebound for Dandenong. They need a bucket here, the Rangers. It's in the hands of their star, Beck Cole. Thought about shooting it there.
They just look stagnant on offense at the moment. There's no real movement in what they're doing. Everyone's second-guessing themselves. They've just got no flow about their game at the moment. So I asked for the timeout a little bit earlier just to get a little bit of movement going on the offensive end and then readjust on the defensive rules, as Booth is probably going to get another easy 2. And she's just absolutely killing them. And there's the timeout that I called for about 2 minutes ago.
And they're out to a 12-point lead. And it's taken them 7 minutes to call the timeout, though.
Well, and Booth's got 14 and 9 in the first 7 minutes. And they'll probably, if I'm Dandenong and watching a few games, I'm going to assume that they might go into a 1-3-1 here and just try and clog up the middle a little bit more. And, you know, we've seen Booth being damaging. You've got to make someone else beat you at this point. And if you're going to make someone else beat you, dare them to shoot 3s. And with a 1-3-1, that leads to corner 3s if you move the ball well enough, because it's just too hard to go out and cover. So it's going to be interesting to see what Coach White does, and it's going to be interesting to see the counter from the Kilsyth team.
And offensively as well for this Dandenong team, they have been a little bit stagnant. I mean, Cole's tried her best to get things going, but what can they do there just to get a little bit more movement offensively?
I just think they've got to get the ball moving side to side before they go in. I think Beck Cole is probably the best one-on-one player in the competition, but she can't do it on the first touch. She needs to get it on a second or third touch and be able to go once you've moved the defense around a little.
So Dandenong to get us back underway here. 3 minutes remaining in the first period. Clydesdale running the point.
And with the sub of Hannafin coming in, I'd expect her to be the top of the 1-3-1 if they play it. That's what we've seen in the past.
Got her hands on it to the Cobras, but Hannafin retrieves it. Cole for 3 in the corner. No good there, so Carmack comes up with it for Kilsyth. And Alison Downey over to Tasari. Wisher. Again inside to Booth. Fouled by Planeta. They came with a double down low, but she'll still go to the line for 2 shots, Sarah Booth.
It'll be interesting to see the replay on that because that looked fairly clean for my liking. But I have been known to lie about that stuff in the past.
So Booth, another point for her, up to 15 already. Just continues her dominance. Now 1 rebound away already from a double-double with 2.5 remaining in the first period. And she rattles home the second free throw. So the Cobras continue to extend their lead, 21-7. And they're on a 9-0 scoring run at the moment.
And there's where the bodies of Budlovic and Anstey are missing, just to throw extra bodies at Booth at the moment. A nice step through from Planetta. Unfortunate with the finish, and probably should have got the foul, as Booth should probably get another easy 2 here.
Unbelievable. Up to 18 points.
Well, Booth is winning 18-7 at the moment. I know the score says 23, but you might as well just have one person out in the court at the moment beating Dandenong.
Planetta still without a bucket in the last 4 minutes. Driving inside, no good again on the layup attempt. Clydesdale trying to force the issue. So Kilsyth with a chance to extend that lead. And it's getting dangerously close to a 20-point margin. Tassari picks up her dribble over to Carmack. Cross court to Wisher, who drives baseline, nearly runs out of real estate. The reverse lay-in goes. So Kilsyth continue their dominance. 25-7 they lead. Beck Cole just muscling her way in. And again, the Rangers cannot come up with a bucket at the moment. Tassari pulls up from the elbow, and it goes. The Cobras lead by 20.
Well, it's just all way too easy at the moment. I think that Dandenong are trying to play for the foul at the rim instead of concentrating on their finishes at the moment. The last 3 have been looking at the refs after the fact, and they just need to go in strong and finish it.
Cole now from the elbow. That one drops for Beck Cole. The Rangers finally break that scoring drought.
And here's the 1-3-1 that I spoke about. They were doing it after a score. It's just taking them that long to get a score.
Wisher. Tassari thought about shooting a 3. Now from mid-range, Wisher. And Booth has completed her double-double. Can't get the lay-in to go, though. Alison Downey, Wisher with another opportunity. Kilsyth, a few misses there. So last shot now for the Rangers. 13 seconds remaining on the clock. Clydesdale to let the clock just run down here. Planetta with the screen. Clydesdale to pull up. That one goes for Amy Clydesdale, so that'll do it for the end of 1. The Rangers with a couple of buckets there to soften the blow, but they trailed 27-11 here at the end of 1. What a dominant display by Sarah Booth, who has a double-double of 18 points and 10 boards.
18 and 10 in the first quarter is an incredible effort, but more so probably a disappointing effort from the Dandenong team and trying to curtail her influence on the game so far. And you know, Kilsyth have definitely come out with a mission to lock up 4th spot, and they've come out, they've landed the first punch. Dandenong didn't react at all to it, and there's a lot to like about this Kilsyth team and the way that they go about their business, but obviously the play of Booth has just been incredible to this point.
She's been dominant to say the least. Meanwhile, the Rangers have struggled offensively. Cole with 5 points, Clydesdale with 2, Planetta with 4 as well. But, I mean, as you said, Mark, there's been so many times where they've been trying to just draw the foul and not really focus on the finish, and it showed because there's been so many layups that they've just missed, the Rangers.
And there's easy points, and as the saying goes, a missed layup down one end usually leads to a bucket down the other, and I think we saw that probably about 4 or 5 times that quarter where they missed an easy layup or a makeable layup, and then Kilsyth went down the other end and put it in the basket straight away. And it's going to be interesting to see what sort of energy they come out with. Obviously, Dandenong's got another game tomorrow as well. They're both in the finals, but how much do you play your star players? That will come into the equation if things don't come or don't happen for them in the second quarter here.
And just illustrating that point about the Rangers' struggles from the field. They're 21% at the moment, 4 of 19 from the field. So a tough first quarter for the Rangers. What can they do here to respond?
Well, they're 4 of 19, and Sarah Booth is 8 of 8 from the field. So it's just going to be a long night if it continues to go like this, because at the moment, they've just got no answers for her.
So Beck Cole to inbound to begin the second quarter for Dandenong. Perhaps a chance to just get this game back under control. They trail by 16 points at the moment. A quick 6-0 or 8-0 run could get them right back into it.
And out of the 10 rebounds that Booth's got, 5 are offensive as well. So that lends itself to easy putbacks as Clydesdale gets a good look at it.
So it'll stay with Dandenong as they come up with the offensive rebound. 9 on the shot clock. Clydesdale. Looked like she had a foot on the line. That one no good. So Booth with another board. Just muscles that one against the younger Dandenong opponent. Is Tasari for 3. Kilsyth continuing to put points on the board. 30-11 now.
Well, just really bad defensive transition. The first rule of basketball on defense is to pick up the ball, and they just let her walk down the court, stop, prop, and hit the wide open three at the top of the key.
Hands it back off to Cole. Planetta gets her with the pump fake. Another opportunity, but that's a little strong. So Dandenong yet to score in the second period. O'Donnell checking into the game to Kilsyth to start this second period. Tasari for 3. No good on that attempt. But it's fallen into the arms of Alison Downing, who throws it back out to Carmack. Inside to Booth. Downing from the free-throw line. So the Rangers come up with it courtesy of Hannafin, but Alison Downing nearly came up with a steal.
And rebounding's become a real issue, and it's all good to play a zone, but if you don't find a body once the ball goes up, you're going to have a long night. They're already undersized at the moment, and with a few bodies not playing for Dandenong, they need to have all hands on deck, and the guards really need to get in there and squeeze out a few rebounds as well.
Just the 7 active players tonight for the Rangers. There's Beck Cole now at the top. Over to Planetta for the mid-range. Jay, no good. So, once again, the hurt continues for the Rangers. Booth posting up on Planetta. Tasari to reset. Carmack. She's cross-court, and Beck Cole's come up with a steal. It was a risky pass, and she takes care of business.
And I think we could see that happening from a mile away from up here. And Beck Cole's really good at jumping into the lanes. They need to make plays now at the moment, and they've got to have that sort of energy. And Booth way too easy again.
Not a lot that Morgan could do there as Booth just sealed her down low, using her height advantage perfectly. Up to 20 points now, Sarah Booth. So Beck Cole gets around O'Donnell. That's a ambitious attempt. Trying to draw the foul there from Beck Cole.
Well, the offense is just stagnant, and they're not making their cuts with any vigor. They're just all walking around. You know, first things first, you got to finish the defensive end as Booth misses her first shot of the game. But those are the rebounds that you need to come up and get, and the guards are all waiting for the bigs to go out and do their job.
Tasari, another three-point attempt. And another three-point make for Kara Tasari, her second of the game. The Cobras' fourth. And talking about rebounding, though, 27-10, they're out rebounding the Rangers as a team. Certainly no surprise it's looked that way. So Downey, Carmack at the top. Inside to Booth. Back to Carmack, another three-point attempt. The Cobras are on fire at the moment. Timeout on the floor. And it is out to a 38-13 lead. I tell you what, I did not expect this. Cobras dominating proceedings.
And it's just a body language thing at the moment for me. You see the Dandenong girls, their heads are down already. They're walking on offense. They've got no demeanor on defense. And the Kilsyth girls, they're feeling pretty good about themselves. And this is what happened when you start the game. and you just pump the ball inside and get easy basket after easy basket, and next thing you know, the threes start to open up as well, and you've got to be able to knock them down, but they're already feeling good about themselves, and this is not looking good for Dandenong whatsoever.
25-point margin here with still 6 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the second period. Plenty of time to turn it around, but at 25 points, it's almost out of reach already. We've seen Cole up to 7. She's fought hard, but there has been that offense that hasn't been moving as we get set to come out of the timeout. O'Donnell remaining in for Kilsyth.
And why would you change the lineup that Kilsyth have got at the moment? They've just been dominant against this Dandenong team, and you know, I'm pretty sure Coach Wisdom probably just told him, let's put the foot on the accelerator and try and knock them out before halftime.
Certainly looking that way. Could be game over.
And we got
in the sheds.
Clydesdale and Beck Cole sitting off at the moment as well. So this young group of Dandenong players are expected to do a lot more, and they're just struggling to score. They can't put the ball in the hoop at the moment, and this Kilsyth team is just a well-oiled machine at the moment.
O'Donnell tries to pass it inside to Booth. Last touch by Booth. Dandenong come up with the stop there. Gillen with the three-point attempt on the last possession. Came up short. Here she is again. Morgan. Back to Gilliam. Shot clock down to 12. Pulls up. She's nearly dropped for the Rangers. But just popped out in the end. So O'Donnell. Chance to continue the misery for the visitors. Hands it over to Tassari. Planeta defending her. Good defense in the end from Planeta. Just worried Tassari out of it.
Yeah, she did a really nice job. She angled her to the corner of the backboard, which you teach all the kids to do. Not to open up the gate and let her go straight to the basket, and then made a nice play at the ball at the peak. And I mean, that's the best defense we've seen from them so far, which is, not saying a whole lot when you're 15 minutes into a ball game.
Yeah. It has been a struggle for the Rangers. Here's Clydesdale checking back in. Back out to Planeta, who'll fire the three from the wing. And again, another miss from long range. 0 of 8 now from beyond the arc. O'Donnell will fire. She comes up with the offensive rebound, follows her own miss. And that is the Cobras' 11th offensive rebound already in this one. Downey. Back to Booth, will fire a three now. Nearly dropped as well, so Morgan for the Rangers. Just has to hold it up. Now she'll fire. And it's nearly fallen in, nearly got the shooter's roll.
Well, that's just been the tale of the first half, hasn't it, for Dandenong? And that, I still would have liked to see them get through a set properly and not just an on ball at the top of the key, actually move the ball around a little bit more. So stagnant at the moment.
So a fresh 14 now. It'll be Kilsyth ball. And the Rangers have managed just 2 points here in this second period. We've got another timeout. Beck Cole was set to check back in for Dandenong, but they'll talk it over with their coaches.
Well, it's been ugly.
Very ugly.
From Dandenong. I mean, we can't sugarcoat that, but let's not dwell on that and give full credit to Kilsyth and what they've been able to do so far. And led by Sarah Booth, and she's up to 20 and 14 already with 3 assists. She's just been dominant inside. And we came into this game with question marks. Obviously, Dandenong down bigs, and Kilsyth have just come out and totally exploited them on the inside. And it's just been one-way traffic from the get-go. Interesting to see what Coach White does here for the rest of the game, knowing he has a game tomorrow, knowing that he needs these young girls to get some playing time into them just in case for finals. For Kilsyth, well, it's sort of like a training run at the moment for them. This is your Tuesday, Thursday night training run at the moment, and they're just putting them to the sword. And around the grounds, we see that Bendigo is just getting it done as well versus Geelong. They're up 57-37 with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, perhaps, as you said earlier, no surprises there considering the outs that the Super Cats have. Going to be a big game as well on the men's there in Geelong coming up as we see Carmack inside. Back out to O'Donnell. No good. And there's a tussle on the rebound. Booth and McBean. It'll stay with the Cobras. And it has been a clinic from this Kilsyth team. Started off dominating inside and then also from outside in the last 10 minutes or so. Tasari with a few threes. Carmack as well. It's all started with Sarah Booth. As they turn it over there, the Cobras. Clydesdale trying to push the pace, but turned it over in the end. Wasn't expecting it there.
Well, the general rule is you don't pass to someone who's not looking at you. And that's why.
Caught unawares. And straight into the NBL1 sideline barrier. So Booth now. She's been huge in this one. Tasari. Booth trying to post up on Planeta. She will get it. Working. They come to triple team and she hands it off to O'Donnell who misses the lay-in. Dandenong just got out of jail.
What a great pass by Booth. And O'Donnell will be kicking herself. That's an easy one that's gone begging.
Cole for three. Jeez, that was a deep three-point attempt. They look a little frustrated at the moment, the Rangers. Booth. Carmack from the elbow. Another mid-range J for the Cobras. They extend this lead here. 40-13. The Rangers still with only one bucket in the second period. Cole across to Clydesdale. Gillum. Cole now again for three. Just rolls out and they just can't drop for the Rangers. It will stay with Dandenong though. Gillum for three. No good. She follows her own miss. Puts up the floater. And a good contest in the end by Sarah Booth.
Well, she shot the 8-footer about 12 feet on that one. And the good news is that that missed shot from Beck Cole was the first one that didn't miss short. So
Tasari for another three-pointer.
It's an absolute clinic at the moment. They're up 30.
In the second period as well, with 2.5 remaining before we go to the sheds. Kara Tasari with three three-pointers as Planeta gets a mid-range J to drop. That ends the scoring drought for Dandenong.
Well, once again, though, two passes and they're just trying to go one-on-one. No movement either way, and quite the opposite for this Kilsyth team that share the ball around. They know where their bread's buttered and inside as Planeta gets a nice hand on it to cause a steal.
Clydesdale back out to Gillum. McBean over to Planeta. Comes with a screen for Cole. Cross court to Clydesdale, who'll fire. That three ball no good, so up to 0 of 13 now from long range, Dandenong. Meanwhile, Tasari has been locked in from long range. Here's Claire Carmack. Just working on Planeta, backs it back out into the hands of O'Donnell. Driving in, O'Donnell. No good. Booth try to come up with the board. She's fouled Planeta.
And that's a good box out by Planeta, and that's what she has to do. She has to fight to get that position and make Booth go over the top of her. But, I mean, we're 1.5 minutes out, and Sarah Booth is on 20 and 17 at the moment, which is a really good game if it's a full-time score. But we're not even to halftime yet. She's at 20 and 17 with 4 assists and probably should have about 6 assists with the missed layups that Kilsyth have had.
Yeah.
So it's just been one-way traffic, like we've said. But it has been the Sarah Booth show, which has been very enjoyable to watch.
Working on possibly a 2020 game before half-time. Could be in for a massive line tonight for Booth. Although the way this game is going, we could see some rested stars for both teams, as the margin is at 28 points at the moment. Minute and a half remaining in the first half. Coach Sam Woosnam would be really pleased with their troops, as we do see Sarah Booth take a rest now on the bench.
And well deserved as well.
Cole and Clydesdale and Planeta all to come back out for the Rangers.
Well, now we get to see what Coach White's adjustments are coming out of a timeout, knowing that they're going to play zone and see where the ball moves to.
Planeta at the top. Over to Morgan. Up to Beck Cole. 10 remaining on the shot clock. Tough layup attempt from Beck Cole. Alison Downey comes up with the board and she's fouled. First personal of the period for Dandenong. It's got tangled up there with McBean and Morgan.
We'll see who can spark this Dandenong team, and maybe it takes getting a little bit angry on the defensive end, taking things into their own hands.
And Tasari, the three-point attempt, no good. Beck Cole trying to make things happen, gambled a little bit on that steal attempt. It'll be Rangers' ball.
And if you Kilsyth, you almost have to play it similar to when I used to play against Daryl McDonald. Just throw a pass fake anytime he's in the vicinity and see if he jumps at it, but tend to not throw his side as Planeta gets on the hoop with an easy basket. And she's been the one Dandenong Ranger that stood up on the offensive end so far. But she hasn't had much help, obviously. 17 points going into halftime is woeful, to say the least. And this Kilsyth team just continues to dance around Dandenong and continue to rebound.
Emily Frida's checking into the game for Kilsyth. There's Tasari, no good on that mid-range. Jade Cole now. What can she do here? Beck Cole has to slow it up. A few Cobras defenders ahead of her. Over to Planeta at the top for three. Planeta, no good. So 7 seconds on the clock here for Kilsyth. Carmack ahead. He's Downey for three. To end the first period, no good. So that'll do it. 43-17. A dominant first half performance by the Kilsyth Cobras. Sarah Booth with 20 points and 17 boards. And look, from the Dandenong perspective, I mean, we know they're missing some bigs and Booth has taken advantage, but clearly they're a lot better than this with the likes of Clydesdale and Cole. What's the message going to be at half-time, though, to this Dandenong team?
Well, the first thing you'd want to say is show a little bit of fight. At the moment, they just look defeated. Everyone, as they're walking off the court right now, everyone head down, no one talking to each other, no one rallying the troops. You just need to show a little bit more fight. Then, if you're going to go structurally, offensively, you've got to move the ball, get the ball into the right people's hands towards the end of the shot clock, not try to make plays at the get-go. And defensively, you've just got to junk it up a little bit, whether it's the man or the zone. You've got to be able to make a few plays and be a little bit risky at the moment. But, I mean, if we see what we saw in the first half, I mean, this is going to be an absolute whitewash. And we've talked about Sarah Booth and what she's been able to do, but it's really been the whole team. And Tasari, her playmaking at the top and her shooting really got them going after Booth's strong start as well. So there's a lot of things that Coach White will be talking about at halftime. I think he just needs to bullet point them down to three things and say this is what we want to accomplish in the second half.
The Cobras out-rebounding the Rangers 41-19, and the Rangers are 7 of 38 from the field. Well, I reckon we might take a break for 5 minutes, though, for half-time. We'll be back with you guys for the second half of this matchup between the Cobras and the Rangers. See you then.
Your Lauren Scherfs of the league have all put up huge numbers, and that's why I said Booth would have a big game tonight.
So the Rangers now got a call that will stay with Dandenong.
Your Lauren Scherfs of the league have all put up huge numbers, and that's why I said Booth would have a big game tonight.
So the Rangers now got a call that will stay with Dandenong. No good either. So Dandenong got out of jail there. Beck Cole all the way to the hoop for two. She's missed the lay-in, but will go to the line.
Well, not only that, she's got 6 rebounds as well.
Oh. Planeta, the three just rolls out. Blocked by Booth, so again, sorry. Back out to Downey. Shot clock down to 9. Carmack will shoot. That's a deep three, and it goes. Claire Carmack. Sorry. Back out to Downey. Shot clock down to 9. Carmack will shoot. That's a deep three, and it goes. Claire Carmack. Sorry. Wisher. Again, inside to Booth. Fouled by Planetta. They came with a double. Another board. Just muscles that one against the younger Dandenong opponent is Tassari for three. Kilsyth continuing with another board. Just muscles that one against the younger Dandenong opponent is Tassari for three. Kilsyth continuing. Tassari to reset. Carmack. She's cross court and Beck Cole's come up with a steal. It was a risky pass and she takes care of business. Tassari to reset. Carmack. She's cross court and Beck Cole's come up with a steal. It was a risky pass and she takes care of business. Tassari to reset. Carmack. She's cross court and Beck Cole's come up with a steal. It was a risky pass and she takes care of business.
To come up and get, and the guards are all waiting for the bigs to go out and do their job.
Tassari, another three-point attempt. And another three-point make for Kara Tassari.
Come up and get, and the guards are all waiting for the bigs to go out and do their job.
Tassari, another three-point attempt. And another three-point make for Kara Tassari.
The ball in the hoop at the moment, and this Kilsyth team is just a well-oiled machine at the moment.
O'Donnell tries to pass it inside to Booth. Last touch by Planetta defending her. Good defense in the end from Planetta. Just worried Tassari out of it.
Yeah, she did a really nice job. She angled her to the corner of the backboard, which you teach.
Planetta defending her. Good defense in the end from Planetta. Just worried Tassari out of it.
Yeah, she did a really nice job. She angled her to the corner of the backboard, which you
the Rangers. Just has to hold it up. Now she'll fire. And it's nearly fallen in, nearly got the shooter's roll.
Well, that's just been the tail of
the Rangers. Just has to hold it up. Now she'll fire. And it's nearly fallen in, nearly got the shooter's roll.
Well, that's just been the tail of the first. And the good news is that that missed shot from Beck Cole was the first one that didn't miss short, so.
Tassari for another three-pointer.
And the good news is that that missed shot from Beck Cole was the first one that didn't miss short, so.
Tassari for another three-pointer. Just working on Planetta, backs it back out into the hands of O'Donnell. Driving in, O'Donnell. No good. Booth try to come up with the board. She's fouled Planetta. Just working on Planetta, backs it back out into the hands of O'Donnell. Driving in, O'Donnell. No good. Booth try to come up with the board. She's fouled Planetta. Up to Beck Cole. 10 remaining on the shot clock. Tough layup attempt from Beck Cole. Alison Downey comes up with the board and she's fouled. Up to Beck Cole. 10 remaining on the shot clock. Tough layup attempt from Beck Cole. Alison Downey comes up with the board and she's fouled.
Who's your Lauren Scherfs of the league have all put up huge numbers, and that's why I said Booth would have a big game tonight.
So the Rangers now got a call that will stay with Dandenong.
Who's your Lauren Scherfs of the league have all put up huge numbers, and that's why I said Booth would have a big game tonight.
So the Rangers now got a call that will stay with Dandenong. No good either. So Dandenong got out of jail there. Beck Cole all the way to the hoop for two. She's missed the lay-in, but will go to the line.
Well, not only that, she's got 6 rebounds as well.
Oh. Planetta, the three just rolls out. Blocked by Booth, so again, sorry. Back out to Downey. Shot clock down to 9. Carmack will shoot. That's a deep three, and it goes. Claire Carmack. Sorry. Back out to Downey. Shot clock down to 9. Carmack will shoot. That's a deep three, and it goes. Claire Carmack. Sorry. Wisher. Again, inside to Booth. Fouled by Planetta. They came with a double. Another board. Just muscles that one against the younger Dandenong opponent is Tassari for three. Kilsyth continuing with another board. Just muscles that one against the younger Dandenong opponent is Tassari for three. Kilsyth continuing. Tassari to reset. Carmack. She's cross-court, and Beck Cole's come up with a steal. It was a risky pass, and she takes care of business. Tasari to reset. Carmack. She's cross-court, and Beck Cole's come up with a steal. It was a risky pass, and she takes care of business. Tasari to reset. Carmack. She's cross-court, and Beck Cole's come up with a steal. It was a risky pass, and she takes care of business.
To come up and get, and the guards are all waiting for the bigs to go out and do their job.
Tasari, another three-point attempt. And another three-point make for Kara Tasari.
Come up and get, and the guards are all waiting for the bigs to go out and do their job.
Tasari, another three-point attempt. And another three-point make for Kara Tasari.
The ball in the hoop at the moment, and this Kilsyth team is just a well-oiled machine at the moment.
O'Donnell tries to pass it inside to Booth. Last touch by Planeta defending her. Good defense in the end from Planeta. Just worried Tasari out of it.
Yeah, she did a really nice job. She angled her to the corner of the backboard, which you teach.
Planeta defending her. Well, welcome back for the second half here at Kilsyth Basketball Stadium. This game between the Cobras and the Rangers. Liam Ellison here alongside Mark Worthington. It's been an eventful first half for Sarah Booth. Anyway, it's been nearly a 20-20 game for her. She's been awesome down low. The Cobras have been taking care of business. The Rangers, meanwhile, struggling greatly offensively and also, obviously, down low against Sarah Booth. What can they do here in the second half, Wortho?
They can pray that this game gets cancelled somehow at the moment. That's the only hope that they've got. Unfortunately for Dandenong, they've been... Yeah, hopefully there's a rain delay inside. They've been that bad at the moment, but, I mean, from now, I think the message should be we've got finals coming up. We don't want to have this form. Forget what happened in the first half. Let's go out in the second half. Let's execute our game, and let's see how we go.
So 43-17, the Cobras back out on the court, ready to go. And surely we'll see an improved effort from this Rangers team. Too many stars on their end of the floor. Beck Cole back in the lineup. Been an interrupted NBL1 campaign for her so far. Played the 8 games alongside her 3x3 commitments, and she's back. The league's leading scorer, just under 32 points per game, only has 7 points to her name at the moment. Planeta has 8 as well for the Rangers. She fought hard all first half for the visitors. No, just a slight delay in game, and it's set to go. So Clydesdale for the Rangers. Over to Planeta. Gillum. Back to Clydesdale. McBean comes with the screen. Over to Clydesdale. Again, just that little bit stagnant. Clydesdale trying to make something happen. Gillum now for 3 in the corner. No good, but crashing the boards is Planeta. So the Rangers with a fresh 14 now. Beck Cole inside to Planeta. Getting a hand in is Clara Wisher. Nice step-through move.
And that's the best offensive set they've had all game. They moved the ball from side to side. They made a play with their 2 gun players at the end of the... Gillum missed it, but then Planeta got the rebound, and then their gun 2 players made a play at the end of the shot clock.
Carmack tried to give it inside to Booth. And just out of her outstretched hand, so turnover. Kilsyth's 6th turnover of the game. One thing the Rangers did do well in that first half was look after the ball. Just 3 turnovers for them.
Well, that's because they didn't have the ball. And they were throwing bricks up at the rim. So there wasn't many opportunities for them to turn the ball over. What they didn't do is put the ball in the basket enough times, and hence shooting at a poor percentage. But once again, good ball movement by Dandenong. And Planeta with a nice little turnaround and gets hit on the wrist. And we'll go to the basket, go to the foul line for 2 more shots.
Up to 10 points, 5 rebounds, and a couple of steals as well. And a block for Planeta. So,
and she's been the best player for Dandenong today by far, and playing the lone hand at the moment. And they need a little more from Beck Cole. They need a little bit more from Amy Clydesdale in the second half, and really find their momentum going into tomorrow's game.
And the second one just rattles in for Planeta. So the Rangers breach the 20-point barrier. Nice start to the second half for them. Back to a 21-point game. Back out to Tassari now for Kilsyth. Over to Carmack. Tassari, that's a deep three. No good there. But coming up with it is Wisher for the second attempt. So another second chance bucket for the Cobras.
Well, I said in the first half that the guards need to come in and help out, and Gillam was just standing watching the ball as she launches from the corner, but they're the ones that the guards need to come in and grab, and not a bad defensive possession, but let down on the rebounding once again as Booth gets another easy basket.
Continuing where she left off, Sarah Booth. Make that 22 to her name. Beck Cole just splits the middle, but blocked by Downey. And the second attempt, no good. So Cole with the block there, unusual. As Wisher now inside to Booth.
And Cole's hurt herself.
And Wisher from the baseline. So Cole, yeah, still grabbing that wrist. Doesn't look good at all. Looks like she will go to the bench.
I think it's a hand.
So Hannafin to check in for Cole. Just on the replay there. Looks like the ball might have just got that finger. So Clydesdale now. The woes continue for the Rangers with that Beck Cole injury. They've got no reason to risk her at the moment as Planeta no good with the pull-up J.
But not a bad set. Got Planeta a nice little shot in the middle of it, and I think Beck Cole's in a bit more trouble than we thought, as that's way too easy. But we see the Kilsyth team doctor or physio walking down the other end of the bench to attend to Beck Cole.
And she does look in a world of pain. Clearly a lot of discomfort. Planeta now. Oh, nice step-through move. She's been fantastic.
She's the best at in this league with the step-through, and she's just been doing it for a while now. And I mean, we've seen about 6 or 8 of her points on step-through so far.
Last touch by the Cobras. It's a 26-point ball game here. It's been basket for basket so far in this second period, which is definitely an improvement for this Rangers team.
As been told that Beck Cole's got a dislocated finger, and so
was that previously before this evening?
No, just then.
Okay,
I get my news quick.
Sarah Booth gets it to go down low, continuing her dominance.
Well, if I'm Dandenong, I'm probably trialling maybe doubling Sarah Booth at some stage. Doing something than just giving her the one-on-one option look that they're giving her at the moment.
Long two, no good for Planeta. So Carmack now. Wisher at the top, over to Tassari. 11 points in the game for Kara Tassari. And now Downey with the baseline J. Downey, it drops home for her. Out to a 30-point ball game once again. As we see O'Donnell getting set to check in for Kilsyth. Beck Cole still receiving quite a bit of treatment over there on the bench for a dislocated finger. Planeta fading away. No good, but she's coming up with a rebound is McBean. Booth didn't expect her there as Gillam drives in for 2.
Well, great job by McBean to get on the boards, and then a nice cut by Gillam to get to the basket. And I mean, Dandenong just need to continue to rebound at the moment. Only allow Kilsyth one shot, and if the shot's not dropping for you down the other end, then you have to go after the boards.
Tassari. Over to Wisher. She'll fire. End of shot clock. And it drops. Another 3-ball for the Kilsyth Cobras. That is their 6th three-pointer of the game. And Clara Wisher's up to 11. 5 of 14 today is driving in is Clydesdale. Booth will clean it up. So 4 minutes remaining here in the third period. Booth coming with the screen. Back out to Wisher. Over to Carmack. Alison Downey now, 10 on the shot clock. She'll fire, Alison Downey. Another three-pointer for Kilsyth. Timeout on the floor. The Cobras lead this one by 34 points. As we see Dandenong staring down the barrel of probably having 6 available players here to finish the game, as Cole still retrieving treatment for that dislocated finger. As we see that 3-ball once again for Carmack, or Downey more like.
Well, this is not the only blowout that's happening at the moment, and Bendigo are up 32 versus Geelong at the moment, with not much remaining there. But this has been one-sided traffic the entire way, and like I said, let's not talk about Dandenong and what they're not doing. Let's talk about Kilsyth and what they are doing, and what they are doing is moving the ball around. They've got their easy looks on the inside. They've been able to pass it out to the outside. That's led to wide-open shots, and their shooters have been knocking shots down. So full credit to this Kilsyth team and what they've been able to do. And with 14 minutes left in this ball game, Dandenong just need to lift their head, and a chance for some of these young kids to get some quality court time and hopefully put a few points on the board. But 25 points in 26 minutes of basketball hasn't been pretty, that's for sure.
No. And the Cobras as well with 20 assists. Just illustrating your point, Wortho. 20 assists to 3 assists for the Rangers. It's been a clinic from the home side. Here's Amy Clydesdale for Dandenong. Into McBean. And the 2 drops. So, nice pass from Clydesdale there. To Sari.
There we go. We've seen a little activity now from Dandenong.
Sari driving in. Back out to Downey from the elbow. No good there. But here comes Clydesdale now, pushing the pace. Going all the way. Amy Clydesdale. How about that? And the Rangers have missed that this afternoon. Clydesdale just turning the jets on, going past about 3 Kilsyth defenders. Carmack. Over to Tisari. 4-3. No good. But crashing the boards is Downey. Passes it back out to Carmack.
I don't think Downey realised that she had a layup if she went straight back up. And O'Donnell with another 3-point shot in the corner, and it's a 33-point lead at the moment to Kilsyth.
And Clydesdale inside to Planetta, who'll throw it straight up and in. Colleen Planetta, well, she's been great today. Cannot fault her work rate. 14 points and 5 boards. O'Donnell. Downey from the elbow. The mid-range J drops for the Cobras. 32 points the margin. Planetta doesn't look happy with that contact as she hit the deck just moments ago. McBean checking out. Beck Cole returning here with what we think is a dislocated finger.
Well, you can play with a dislocated finger once it's gone back in, and obviously they did it fairly quickly and easily, which is a good sign.
As Morgan misses on the 3-point attempt.
It was a good pass. It was the right shot to take. It just didn't finish off some great work or great passing by Dandenong. And
Claire Carmack now checking out of the game. And into the ball game for the first time this evening is Sarah Haberfield, the youngster, seeing some minutes here. Here she is, Haberfield with her first touch of the ball. Morgan putting the pressure on straight away. Over to Downey. O'Donnell. Tisari now. 5 on the shot clock. She's got to make a move here, Tisari. Nearly comes up with it to the Rangers. Tisari, they've run out of time. Good defense there from the Rangers and Gillam in particular.
Well, really nice job by Dandenong's defense on that one. And finally, a sense of urgency in their defense, not just standing and waiting and watching to see what they do, but actually forcing the hand of Kilsyth and making plays at the ball.
Planetta now hands it off to Morgan. Back out to Gillam. Over to Planetta. She'll fire from the free-throw line. That one rattles home. Planetta continues her valiant display here this evening. 18 in the ball game for Planetta. Haberfield's open on the other corner, but here's O'Donnell. Tasari. Shot clock winding down. Tasari makes her move to the hoop, throws up the floater, no good. Morgan retrieves it. Here's Hannafin. Beck Cole thought about the three. Gillum now driving in, and the floater goes for Gillum. So the Rangers here, it's been a much improved third period.
Well, it's been a much improved last 4 minutes when it comes down to it, and it's been all started on the defensive end, and Kilsyth have been able to rest a couple of their starters and stars at the moment, but as we see, another corner three, and once again, Planetta, I mean, she's been the one person that stood up for Dandenong today and actually showed some sort of desire on both ends.
Hannafin now, 27 seconds remaining here in the third period. 13 on the shot clock. Here's Gillum once again, this time with the floater. A lot of contact between her and Fridays. No call, so it'll be Kilsyth ball. 17.8 remaining here in the third. Sarah Booth taking a well-earned rest. Here's Haberfield. 6 on the clock. Tasari. Over to Haberfield for 3 to end the third period. And no good there. So Beck Cole will take the rebound. That'll do it for the end of 3. 63 to 35. And even though the margin is still remaining around that 30-point barrier, it was a much improved effort from the Rangers, and none other than Planetta, who was up to 18 in the ball game.
Well, she's been the one man, or one person, that's been able to stand up tonight, but it's been a tough game for Dandenong. It's been a really tough game, and when you don't shoot the ball well, when you miss layups, when you don't rebound, and when you play poor defense to start off a game, it's always going to be a long and trying night for them. And through 3 quarters, they haven't shown much. They showed a little bit in the last 4 minutes, but it might have been that, or it might have been the fact that Kilsyth maybe just took the foot off the gas a little bit, brought in a couple of the younger kids to play some minutes now while they're this far ahead, and you know they'll be feeling good about themselves going into finals with a performance like this. When you shoot the ball well, you move the ball well, you get a good inside presence from Sarah Booth. They've been fantastic tonight so far, and with 10 minutes to go, they'll want to finish this one out strong. And for Dandenong, they need to get something. They'll probably have a target, maybe to get it to below 20 by the end of the game to make it respectable in some sort of form. But the game that they've sort of had so far, it's been a tough night for them.
Might be the last we see of Sarah Booth as well, with the margin at 28. She's up to 24 and 19, of which I think she was about 20 points and 17 at the end of one. So
she had a quiet quarter.
Has been deferring to her teammates who have been getting the job done as well. Tasari's hit 3 3-pointers. Alison Downey's been fantastic, as has Claire Carmack. It's been an all-round performance, and in fact, we will see Booth here in the fourth as she's set to begin the period.
She'll probably get her 1 rebound and then hop off.
Trying to complete the 20-20 maybe. Here's Downey to inbound the ball. What can the Rangers do here to finish the fourth? They trail by 28, an improved third period. Can they add some respectability here to this margin? Here's Carmack. Sarah Haberfield drives baseline and tries to pass it out to O'Donnell. She's turned it over, though, to Hannafin. Amy Clydesdale now. Over to Cole. McBean. Hannafin looking for a teammate. She'll chuck it up herself. No good. So both teams here with a couple of misses to start the fourth period. So O'Donnell over to Downey for 3 from the wing. Another 3 for the Cobras. Their 8th of the game. And Alison Downey is up to 10 points and 12 boards to go along with 4 assists. Another really productive game from her.
There we go. Beck Cole makes a jumper. Just took her to dislocate her finger to get the touch that she needed.
Up to 9 in the game is Beck Cole. Been a tough outing for her. Inside to Downey.
Well, why not? Why not shoot it? And Dandenong, the key rule is never leave the person who has the ball, and she's just knocked down a shot, gave her another easy look just there.
So Gillum for 3. That one no good. So Booth gets her 20-20. That is her 20th rebound in the contest. Here she is, Booth. Back out to Downey. Made her work for it. She's fading away, no good. So it'll be Rangers ball. 31 points the margin here, just 2 minutes into this last period.
What are you expecting from the men's game?
Hopefully a little bit better than this. It has been, from the get-go, an absolute blowout here. It'll be interesting to see in the next game. Of course, Towie Smith-Milner during the week, or last week, went down clutching his knee. Will he be in uniform? I suppose we'll wait and see. It was reported it wasn't.
I've heard he is.
He is. The inside word from Mark Worthington. So that'll be great to see. I mean, that could have been a lot worse, and fantastic for him personally that's nothing serious.
I've got to get my man Felix von Hoff to be able to knock down a shot again. Ever since he went to Sportsbet, he hasn't been able to knock down a shot. So,
is this a bit of trash talk rivalry going on?
There's no rivalry. He still needs to get a haircut. I know that.
I have been listening to that program, Mark, and I'm waiting for that haircut as well. Is that going on the socials when it happens, or?
Oh yeah, it has to.
I have a feeling he might try and weasel his way out of it.
I think now that you don't get likes on Instagram, his days as an Instagram model are done. Yeah. So he can get the haircut now with no worries.
So Claire Carmack at the line now for 2. First one goes for Carmack. That brings Carmack up to double digits, 10 points and 5 assists as well. There's been a number of players for this Cobras team. In fact, they've got 4 players with 4 assists or more, the Kilsyth Cobras.
I'll tell you what, Beck Cole doesn't like going left, does she? Always goes right. And Sarah Booth again with another basket. But I watched a lot of Beck Cole in the 3-on-3, and if she does go left, she likes to spin back to her right every time. So
here she is. What can she do here? Runs into O'Donnell. It's going to stay with the Rangers. And as we see her just clutching that finger that caused her trouble earlier in the outing. If you just tuned in, Beck Cole had to take a spell on the sidelines after she dislocated her finger.
Have you ever dislocated your finger before?
I haven't. What's it like?
Well, you get a little pain like it's a jar, and then you look down and I think panic sets in when you see it pointing in another direction, which makes it feel worse than probably what it is. But like I said, you can always play on with it if it goes back in pretty easily straight away. So it's not a nice thing. It's like anything. You don't realize how much you use your fingers until it's painful to use.
Yeah.
And, I mean, she's a tough cookie, Beck Cole. She's been through a lot worse with injuries in her career, and she's done a fantastic job to come back from what she's had as far as ACLs and all that. And for her to be able to play this style of, or this brand of basketball now in her career has been nothing short of remarkable.
It has been a stunning 12 months, really, for Beck Cole. I mean, finished second in the MVP voting in the WNBL last season for the Rangers team, so been fantastic. Obviously up on the Gold Coast, she was a part of that Opals squad as well, not involved in the Phoenix squad this time around, but certainly getting in that conversation, isn't she, for an Opals berth?
Well, her knock is her defense. I mean, fantastic offensive player, and her play off the ball, I think, needs to sharpen up to get into that Opals jersey. But I mean, she's right on the cusp. A really, really nice person, Beck. You know, I see her around at the gym a lot, at Brucey Gray's gym at Bodyworld, and She's a hard worker and puts a lot of effort into what she does, into her craft, and you wish her all the success for all the hard work that she actually puts in.
You'd think one way or another she will probably be an Olympian, fingers crossed, because the 3-on-3 obviously making its debut in 2020, and she's been a star in that format, as you mentioned. One of the best players in the world, really, in that format. They finished 4th at the World Cup. Probably a bit disappointing, really. That team could have medalled. I'm sure Beck Cole will tell you that herself. As we see Clydesdale now will pull up. So it's a 31-point ball game here. Foul call on Morgan by the looks.
I reckon Sarah Booth could have a bit of a rest with 5 minutes to go. 26, 22, and 5. Shooting 12 of 16. That's 75% from the floor. And she's been outstanding. This Kilsyth team has just done damage from go to woe. And Sarah Booth really set the standard with 10 quick and easy points.
Claire Carmack, she's pushing it ahead to Booth. It was a nice pass, but she's just fumbled it. Hit the floor hard, did Booth. She looks okay. That would get the heart pumping if she managed to have injured herself on that occasion with 5 minutes in this ball game. That's why you take her out, isn't it?
And Kilsyth with a good spread of scorers. Booth 26, Carmack 12, Downey 12, Tassari 11. Wisher 11. She's got 11 and 9. Downey 12 and 14 and 4. So they've just been dominant tonight. They've been way too good for this Dandenong team. And like I said before, they'll go into finals feeling pretty good about themselves.
Perfect performance for them. And scary to think that they'll get Lauren Nicholson coming back to join this squad as well. Going to be a real threat in the postseason. Obviously, the Braves look like the favourite at this point, along with the Super Cats, but this Kilsyth team, don't count them out.
I think Geelong's going to be, with all their players there, going to be too strong for everyone. Bendigo, obviously, is the other team that is a top 2 team in this competition, but you just never know with these teams. They've got enough scoring power to pull up an upset, and once it comes to finals, anything can happen. And Bendigo and Geelong will need to be on their A game come finals time, because any of one of these teams, including Dandenong, if they get hot at the right time, they're obviously capable of scoring points. Tonight they haven't been able to get anywhere close to the basket, but when you have people like Planetta and Beck Cole in the same team, they're capable of going off for 30 each, if not 40 for Cole. So it's going to make for an interesting final series. Obviously, I think the NBL1 did a great job of postponing the finals by 1 week to allow the Opals to come back into play, which I think was massive for the league, because it has been a star-studded league this year, loaded with WNBL talent, and I'm glad that they're going to be there for the finals to display that for their club teams.
Important win tonight for the Cobras, sitting in 4th position prior to the game. Equal on wins with the Knox Raiders, with a percentage boost as well, but this win here will pretty much lock up, you'd think, that top 4 spot for the Cobras.
Yeah, they've got it locked down after this win.
Crucial, really. And if I'm not mistaken, they'll play the Braves first week in a qualifying final. So that'll be interesting. Tough matchup first up, as Booth once again still not taking a break. Tireless Sarah Booth tonight, up to 28 in the game now. Planetta, she's worked hard all night for Dandenong. Morgan in the corner for 3. No good, so it's going to stay with the Rangers. Just a bit of a miscommunication there from O'Donnell and Booth.
A nice drive from Planetta and right play, kicking it out to the shooter. Just been that sort of night where they haven't been able to knock down any shots.
1 of 21 from the 3-point arc today, the Dandenong Rangers, as Clydesdale gets the mid-range J to go. And turned it over the Cobras, so here's Clydesdale now the other way. Tries to bounce it through to Planetta, but it comes off Sarah Booth. Tassari ahead. Haberfield. And Sarah Booth over to Carmack for three. Another three for the Cobras. And you can see over on that bench, it's all smiles. Claire Carmack, that brings up the 9th three-pointer of the game for the Cobras. 15 points in the ball game for Claire Carmack.
Is she playing her 300th game tonight?
Is she really?
Yeah, I believe so.
Well, that's a huge achievement. Congratulations to Claire. 300 games for...
I could have been totally wrong as well, but I believe it's her 300th game.
Let's hope so.
So we'll congratulate her, and if it's more than that, we're sorry. And if it's less than that, you're welcome.
Tassari now. Over to Booth. Shot clock winding down, and Booth has just chucked it up. No good. So Hannafin ahead to Cole. Tassari getting a hand in, so it'll be Rangers ball.
Here comes the subs. Booth and Tassari both coming out of the game, both with massive games. 28, 23, and 6 for Booth. Tassari, 11, 2 rebounds, and 7 assists on the night. She's been great.
So an opportunity for some of these Kilsyth youngsters now as Cole gets it to go. Erin Burgoyne and Grace Moxie coming in for the first time this evening. As with 2.5 minutes to go, both teams look to empty their benches. The Rangers, meanwhile, not much of a bench to empty. They've only got 7 active players tonight, of course. And 30 points the margin. It stayed around that point for the last probably 15 to 20 minutes. The second half, really, of game time.
Absolutely.
The Rangers have kept pace, largely thanks to this lady right here, Planeta. She's been awesome, up to 20 now in the ball game.
22 and 7 for Planeta now. And the sole hand of Dandenong today. Beck Cole has 12, and Amy Clydesdale with 9. So it's just been real slim pickings for the Dandenong team.
O'Donnell with the offensive rebound and draws the foul on Beck Cole in the process. And they're getting set to make a substitution. McBean to come back in. And Beck Cole now will check out. Been a tough afternoon for her. Throws it off the back of McBean and gets fouled hard. Cheeky play there from Claire Carmack. McBean wasn't looking and she really converted on the play as well. Just off the buttocks there.
And clever play. And you get taught that if the defense have all got your back turned to you, there's a cheap 2 points to be had there. And if you're the defense, McBean, you need to be able to see the ball and man. Just a basic principle of defense, especially on the baseline out of bounds.
So Carmack up to 17 with those 2 free throws. Planeta over to Hannafin. Here's Gillum. Planeta comes with the screen. Now Morgan for 3 in the corner. And once again, they've struggled to convert from long range. So here's Burgoyne now. Back out. Moxie for 3. That one just hits iron, and Planeta pulls it down for the Rangers. So there's a minute 11 remaining here in the ball game. 30 points the margin. Planeta for 3. No good. Burgoyne pushing the pace for Kilsyth. Backs it back out with Planeta ahead of her. O'Donnell, under a minute remaining now. O'Donnell, shot clock down to 10. Burgoyne drives baseline. No good. And Gillum now for the Rangers. 35 seconds to go. Hannafin. They foul, actually, Hannafin in the end. So the referee's just taking a chance to chat things over. And an unsportsmanlike foul on Sarah Haberfield. Allison Downey will check back in. So intriguing with 31 seconds on the clock and 30-point ball game.
Yeah. I'd love to see the replay of that and what actually happened there because, yeah, a 30-point game and they called an unsportsmanlike with 31 seconds remaining. So,
and we see Claire Carmack over there on the bench just hugging her teammates. Got the applause from the crowd as she came to the bench, and I think that confirms it were, though. 300 games for Claire Carmack.
And here's the replay. Let's see what happened. It's just a deliberate foul trying to get the subs in and just trying to hold her. So probably the right call by the letter of the law. Probably a bad call in the letter of Wertho's book.
Planetta gets the reverse lay-in to go.
She's got her double-double, 24 and 10.
And she can hold her head high, to say the least. As again for three, Planetta up to 27. As we wind the clock down here, Burgoyne to finish it. Moxie for three. So that'll do it. The Kilsyth Cobras dominant from the start, 81-58. They win, defeating the Dandenong Rangers. Sarah Booth got the game started off in dominant fashion, had 20 points and 17 boards at the end of one. She'll finish this game with 28 points and 23 rebounds. Planetta was fantastic for Dandenong with 27 and 11. Who else stood out to you, Wertho?
I just think the whole Kilsyth team, it wasn't necessarily an individual, but you look at Carmack and Downey and Tassari and Wisher, they were just sensational, that starting lineup, and they really set the tone for the game early and were able to just dictate terms and really put Dandenong on the back foot, and something that they weren't able to recover from at the end of the day. And we are going to sing the praises of Sarah Booth, but you've got to love the collective effort of from the entire team today.
As we see the Cobras just meeting in the middle of the floor. Claire Carmack, 300 games. We saw at the end her exiting the ball game, getting the applause from the stands. And it's all smiles over there in the Kilsyth huddle. What a performance from them. An all-round dominant display from the team. Hugs all round. The Rangers, a tough outing. Beck Cole dislocating her finger. Couldn't really get it going throughout. And we've got Claire Carmack here right now. Well, looks like you can't hear that one on the broadcast. So I think that'll just about do us here for this one. We'll be back in about 15 to 20 minutes for the second game of this doubleheader between the Cobras and the Rangers. My name's Liam Ellison, joined by Mark Worthington tonight. Thanks very much for listening, and we'll see you soon.